5:38.
5:38, yeah. Okay, President Donna. Jed. So. Okay, I don't know if James is gonna make it. He's coming down from Fresno. He didn't get off till 3, so I'll be surprised if he makes it. And Albert should be here in a minute. So let's do the flag salute, please. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I do that. Sorry, I still think we need to sing the song.
Okay,
No minutes are financial, right?
well, not until Albert gets here, so we'll bypass the minutes and financials. Well, there's Albert right there, just in time, just started. So in that case, as soon as you're ready, we'll do the minutes for February 21st.
All right, here's a copy of the minutes. Just if I'm pass them down. Here's a copy of the financials.
Is it just one sheet? Yeah.
Yeah, one sheet.
Gene, I think it's here. One extra, looks like. I've got one, you got one. Did you get one?
Yeah, I've got it. I'm passing them down. Those are all extra for
What's the next
missing.
sheet? I got one.
The extra, okay.
You got a financial packet, one packet.
So the minutes for the meeting on February 21st. Held here at Humble Hall. Directors present, Jack Miller, Jed Strange, Albert Gatton, Gene Melchers, and Donna Morris. Flag salute minutes. January 17th minutes were presented by Albert Gatton. Motion by Jed, second by Gene, approved 3-0, Donna abstained. Treasurer report, January financials presented by Albert Gatton. Motion by Jed, second by Gene, approved 3-1. Reports, Rosamond Event Center, close to finishing, floodlights have come in. Treasurer to double check on payment of bill from CED. Renew Biz Grant 2016 electrical fencing and ADA rails. We're $500 short of closing out the electrical grant. We just need pictures of the fencing. 501c3, we had no update. Brick pavers at Event Center. EDF and BHE to buy bricks at $500 each. Chamber staffing, none at this time. Should be reach out, not each out. Reach out to Rosamond High School about any available programs that they may have to assist. They may have. Chamber website, member updates, online pay. Member area is a work in progress. And then we're to contact Mission Bank about issues with PayPal and online banking. Update meeting times on the website. New business, 2019 Renew Biz grants, 315 to 430, waiting county approval. Mixers and luncheons, to join with the Historic Society for a joint function in June. Landscaping for Event Center, need to plan for landscaping at the Event Center. Travis Scott is a master landscaper who would be a good contact. New members, Gregory Washington and Dennis Schaffner. Motion by Albert, second by Jed, approved 4-0. Discussion comments, director comments. Albert, thank you and welcome to Gregory Washington and Dennis Schaffner. Standing invitation for any member that have questions regarding chamber financials to speak with me. Invoices are going out. Jed, good evening. Thank you all for coming. Gene, none. Donna, was there any damage to the roof from the rain? Jack, none. Member comments, Terry, were the tax returns done? They were due in November. Historic Society Joint Mixer to be held at Willow Springs, May 9th. Historic Society meeting at the library regarding 60th anniversary of Historic Society. General Rotary Club Sheriff Appreciation Dinner being held on March 23rd. Meeting adjourned, motion by Jed, second by Jean, 4-0 at 6:41.
Motion to approve minutes.
No motion.
Everybody second?
Can I second?
Yeah.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No?
Stay.
Okay, financial summary for February.
All right, the monthly for February, we had $250 in brick income. We had $110 in membership income for a total income of $360. Our expenses, we had grant expense of $158.65. We had program expenses of $1,483.38. Chamber facilities and equipment, we had expenses of $566.38. Operation expenses was $143.21. Total expenses were $2,351.62. Our net income for the month was negative $1,991.62. For the year, July through February, we've had rec brick income of $5,750. We've had a program income of $10,012. Donation income of $5,003.28. And a membership income of $2,690. Miscellaneous revenue of $27.90. For a total income of $23,483.18. Our expenses for this year, grant expense is $11,395.91. Program expenses of $3,352.98. Chamber facilities and equipment of $6,959.75. Operational expenses of $1,635.85 for a total expenditure of $23,344.49 for a net income of $138.69. Our balance sheet, our current mortgage account is sitting at $9,758.24. Our business checking account is sitting at $4,613.97. Grant account is $1,311.94 for totals in checking and savings, $15,684.15. We have other assets of $815 for total current assets, $16,499.15. Fixed assets of $38,000 for total assets of $54,499.15 with liabilities to match.
Didn't we have a $10,000 CD?
We did, it never got recorded on the QuickBooks. And I don't have any information regarding the CD.
Why didn't you just call the bank and have them send you the information?
I'm gonna be going to the bank to talk to them about the CD.
I mean, that was nine months ago you took over, and you hadn't had any
Well, the
information for 9
previous
months.
administration should have had that taken care of, so we're still picking up where they left off. Every month we're finding new stuff that's missing, so we're having to go back and find everything.
All right. Motion to approve financial summary.
I'll motion.
Jed,
I'll second.
Albert? Any questions? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Donna?
Yeah.
No? Okay, reports, excuse me. The Rosamond Event Center, you know, don't really have much to report this month on it with all the rain and whatnot. There just haven't been a lot of activity out there on it other than trying to get things in order so that we can get them ordered. So probably won't see a lot of movement until some of this weather clears up, which should be pretty soon actually. So did you have anything you want to mention on it?
I just was wondering if that CED bill was paid then.
Yes, it was.
Okay, well, it wasn't disclosed, so.
I'm sorry?
It wasn't disclosed
Yeah.
that it was paid, but last month we brought it up.
Yeah, well, we don't have to disclose it, but yes, it's been paid. We paid it right after the meeting last month. So. We paid 103, what, 54? Something like that.
Our grant expenses for last month, if you look at the financials, were $158.65.
Yeah, but that check we wrote to CED was
But that would have been recorded last month.
103 and
So it was
change.
included in there.
Okay, renew biz grant, 2016-17 electrical fencing. The reports are all done. I just got to get, and we did meet the 10,000 on the electrical. So I just got to pick up a couple more receipts with Albert that we need, and that'll be off in a day or so, closed out for those two, and then that'll be off our agenda probably before next month. So all the pictures that we needed to close out the grant. It's all the documents are all typed up, ready to go, and just missing a couple of receipts I got to get with Albert on and try to find and submit it to the county, and then we're done. 501c3, we decided to in our executive board meeting to wait because it's going to require a CPA to get that 501c3 is our best avenue based on some of the advice we've received out on it. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to be getting a CPA later on to come look at our books anyway. So we're going to do all that at the same time. Brick pavers at the event center. We have received 2 new applications for bricks. One was from Slade Court Services, and then we received from Terry and Randy Scott, and they both purchased bricks. And I know I sent Terry a text with a picture of those that came in. I don't know if you ever got them or not, but there's copies on the table if you need them.
Yeah, I sent the email to Andy, the guy that engraved.
Right.
I hadn't heard back from him, but
Okay.
we'll try to get a list over to him next week.
And that's the only 2 we've had. I mean, I haven't been to the mail today, but I've been every day. And that one one of those just came in a day or 2 ago. So, let's see. Chamber staffing. We are looking at options on that. We discussed in our executive meeting. We're going to actually have a special meeting specifically to address that. What a lot of the chambers are doing is actually hiring somebody, but that's not in our budget, so it's just up for discussion yet what we can do. But we're looking to try to get at least 2 hours a day, somebody in there is our goal. Let's see, chamber website updates, a couple of things on that. Howard's working on creating a PayPal account. We are going to create online payments for various needs, whether, because we've had a lot of requests for people wanting to sign up online for membership. And in addition to that, when we do September Fest parades, things of that nature, the option will be out there for online payments. We will have to include a transaction fee should they choose to do that. If they don't want to pay that, then they can always pay the regular rate and just bring it in like they normally would. So we're going to offer that. One of the other updates on the website, which coincides with the next new biz topic, Renew Biz grants. The information package, I created a separate page on the chamber website which says Renew Biz grants, and in there it has the vision plan document that you can click on and get, as well as the 2019 grant handbook, in addition to the grant application, which you can download all of them directly from the chamber website. I also put out a post there on the chamber Facebook page as well with that information. Right, yeah. The programs book that you download is going to be this document here, and then this here is your actual grant application. So there's one grant per APN allowed. And Lorelei is supposed to be emailing me some information. We're going to try to, there's too much information to just walk around everybody and get printed out. So I'm going to put together an information sheet. Lorelei send me some information, and then we're going to go around all the businesses, make sure they're aware of it, and to have the information, how they get all of it, and try to help them out with whoever wants to apply for the grants. But April 30th is our deadline on the grants, so we don't have a lot of time to put all that together. The county just, they've been busy with other stuff, so Lorelei's just, actually Mike from Scrivener's office contacted me today and said Lorelei was going to send me some email info, so that we can put that package together and get it out to the businesses. Let's see, mixer chamber. We agreed to move forward with the combination mixer with the Historical Society. I'm not positive June 8th is the correct date. I thought that's what she said.
Is it gonna be at the chamber?
No, it's gonna be at the Willow Springs out there, yeah. Excuse me, there'll be a mixer.
I think on the minutes from last month it says May, not June.
Well, there was a meeting in May they were gonna have, which was separate from the June mixer.
I think the May meeting is the 60th anniversary
Right.
that they're doing at the library.
Right.
Okay.
Which is separate from the actual mixer. So, let's see, June, yeah, I believe it is June 8th. That'd be a Saturday. No, that doesn't sound right. Well, I'll confirm it with Fran. I was hoping she'd be here tonight, but around June 8th, there'll be a mixer that we're going to be coordinating and getting some information out and invitations to, as well as that. September Fest planning. We're going to start moving forward with September Fest planning. We're going roll out some information for the theme, so if anybody's got any theme ideas, throw them in the back of your head there. We're gonna put out a theme contest here shortly, and we're gonna start coordinating the September Fest and get that going early and out of the way. So, no new members to report. And then, let's see, that's all I got. Is there any member comments?
Well, I have a couple questions.
Sure.
Are invoices finally going out?
The invoices have always been going out, actually. They really have. It's just there's been a lot of information missing in the files that has not been updated, that we're trying to go back and get updated. In other words, there's entries in there that haven't been in there since 2015, and as we call the members find out that they have paid, it was paid, we were able to locate their check that was paid, but it was never entered in our system or put in the folder that they were paid. So, but yes, the invoices have been out. We're in the process, actually, currently, of getting all that information updated, but it's requiring us to go dig in file by file. We're digitizing all that information and creating an automated process where we'll automatically spit out invoices 2 months in advance for anybody coming in. So,
And my second question is, was the tax return completed?
no, it was not, and we talked about that in the executive meeting, and so we're gonna have to get a CPA involved in that because we're not sure what to submit because there's so much missing information from that tax period that it's going to require a CPA to go through our files with us and get everything in order before we can even submit for taxes. So, as it stands right now, with all the missing records and documents that should be there that are not there, or journal entries that are not there that should be there, we're not sure
Why
how to
don't you have
proceed.
journal entry?
You got me? I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. And that's why it's gonna take a CPA to come in and look at the QuickBooks with us and see how we can submit that information for taxes. So we're gonna take care of all that. We already agreed to do that. And hasn't been done yet, but that will be our next step.
I thought, Donna, when you finalized all that paperwork in QuickBooks for us, we had our account balance as of.
Well, that's why I just made the comment, why would there be a journal entry? Because everything balanced, so I'm not sure what was missing. We had all the bank statements and minus moving a few things into the grants, which I guess there were 2 different grants, one's electrical and one's for something else.
Well, it's not just the grants, it's just everything in general coming into the chamber. We're finding cash transactions that weren't in the journal entries, and which we find out through people calling us and asking us about the transactions, and finding out that perhaps you can elaborate on that exact item.
Well, I know last year I brought in a couple new members that paid with cash. And when I went to go create their invoices for this year, there was no previous entry entered into QuickBooks. So there is missing information. Every month that I've been going in to update the books and get the records ready for presenting at our board meetings, there's been more and more stuff that's been coming up. So we're trying to create a log of that, and then that way we could go.
Carrie, didn't you have a
and,
book that
get
was
that taken
in the
care of.
desk that had everything but cash that came in? I mean,
Yeah.
that's what was explained to me, and I never had to do anything with it. I never touched it. I only did the bank account. So I'm not sure what it is he's referring to. Maybe you can elaborate on what that process was?
Yeah, the notebook that was in the desk that was sitting at the front there, had all the entries in for all the checks that came in, all the cash that came in.
And when we did the deposits from the bank statements, those numbers were reflected in the bank reconciliation. So I guess I'm a little confused what's not in there.
Do you guys still have that notebook with all that information in?
I'm not aware of the,
I don't have the right answer to that right at the moment.
any records that we were given are in our, or at least that I'm aware of, are in
We have
the
not
filing
crossed in,
cabinet.
and I know that, let's put
Is
that.
it the receipt book or is it a spiral notebook?
It's a log book.
Spiral notebook.
Okay. If we have it, I know where it's at.
And then all the files were in that filing cabinet in the front, and it had
Yeah, the 2-drawer file cabinet.
But what I'm saying is specifically for this member, which was Roskilly Management, I went and created their new invoice.
See, I don't know the names. I only came in the
Right.
last couple of weeks and I quickly drew up the books and did bank reconciliations and everything balanced. Because
Right,
we had
so-
to use that book to make sure, because when you have a deposit, you have checks.
Sure.
Then you have cash. Well, we had to pull that book to make sure that our balance
But
matched.
this is
So-
what I'm saying, is I know for a fact Roskilly Management paid with cash.
What's a,
Okay.
I don't even know what that is. So.
With what is, it's one of our members, Roskilly Management, it's one of our members. They paid with cash, it was never logged in to QuickBooks, and even if it matches QuickBooks and the bank statements, they balance, right? So that means it was never deposited in the account, so that money went missing.
Wait, okay, so stop for just a second. Explain to me, what do you mean it wasn't logged into QuickBooks?
When you go into QuickBooks and you look at the customer history, it's blank for that client.
I didn't do anything with that.
I'm not saying
And
you
my-
did.
No.
I'm just
trying
saying.
to, nope, trying to explain something to you. My understanding when I came aboard, I believe it was Margaret that was the prior treasurer, that nobody was working on the books. So all we did was do the bank rec to make sure all the money was accounted for. The people, the membership, if you will, I don't know who was doing anything having to do with that. But the books all match. And when you look at the bank statement, when it comes in and you reconcile to that what's in QuickBooks, you have to use that cash book that he's talking about. That's how we made sure everything balanced, because there was cash deposited. So you're giving me a name, I know nothing about names, I knew numbers, but you need to get with Jack, find that book, because everything matched. So if something's missing, I'm not sure how it's missing when everything balanced to an exact deposit.
It's easy for it to go missing, because if it wasn't logged in the book and it wasn't deposited, then nobody's ever got track of it, and it's easy
But
to
if
walk
you brought
away
in
with
money to the
cash.
chambers, it got logged in, correct?
I have no idea, because I
Where-
presented it here at a meeting, so whether it walked off from the meeting and it never got to the book, I don't know. I walked in with the meeting with an application and
Who
cash
did you give the
for,
money to?
I put it right here in front of Terry as a new applicant for the chamber.
Okay.
And they were voted in
So I'm sure
that day.
that it would be logged into that book. If it's cash, I mean, I
And if it
didn't
was
send
logged in,
anything
great,
that was
but I don't
logged.
have any record of it. I don't. I'm not saying there isn't one. I don't have a record of it, and it wasn't updated in QuickBooks as it should have been. And so
Okay.
that's what I'm saying is,
I don't know if
there's
Terry
a
did
lot of
anything.
miscommunication,
Did you do anything in
missing
QuickBooks?
information. And so every month we're going and we're trying to recreate or find what's missing. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying this is
Not
what we're
saying
running
anybody's
into.
blaming anybody. I'm just saying, I know for fact
Okay.
that when I looked at the bank statement the last few weeks, we had to use that book in order for everything to balance. And every time there was, okay, why am I having an off number here? Did you look at the cash book? Oh crap, give me the cash book. Open it up and there's the money. So I mean, everything was, I can't imagine something not being logged in
We've
there.
offered you in the past to help Albert. Are you willing to help Albert?
Well, I'd offered to help before.
Find the book.
Yeah, where's the book at, and where's all the files on all the members?
It's all there, Terry. Don't
Well,
start
that's
implying
what
that
we
I'm
don't
just
That's
like,
what
because that's not what's happening. Don't even go
Yeah,
there.
that sounds like a disconnect.
Yeah, that's not.
He needs to know where the book is.
We never got any support when trying to make the
Okay,
transition.
so it sounds like the missing link is the book.
What,
The missing book.
what it sounds like to me is you guys had your little process and that process was not transferred over to the new
That's what
board.
it sounds like.
So if we have a new board and we have our process, which is standard processes, and you guys got your little, different processes and you don't want to convey that information over, you know, that's not right either.
I went over all that with
No, you did
Jack
not, Terry.
before
No, you
I
didn't.
left office. I
No,
explained
you
to you
didn't.
how the
Yeah.
numbers
That's
on the
like you
file.
telling me
Wait.
the taxes were done last year right there in that room and they were not.
Ours, we did ours last
When I
November.
took over, you said the taxes were done. for
Ours
that year.
was done. This is a new year,
Well, this year
in
ain't up yet,
November.
is it?
is when you were
No,
supposed
you
to
told
file
me,
that.
no. It's,
I
The
went over all that
fiscal
with
year
you.
ended in June with your presidency, and a new one started in July with Jack. What he's saying is that it was explained to him that the fiscal year under you that ended in June was completed and filed.
In November, you guys got a card that you most likely misplaced. That's why you didn't do the simple little form that needed to go in. And I went over all this stuff with you, Jack, because I showed you what the numbers were. That number 8 on there, that means that you billed in that month. If you had all them files.
I
you'd
understand
be
that,
up
Terry.
to
We're not
speed.
doing it that way. That is
I
your way of
understand.
doing it. We're
That's-
not doing it that way.
That's where's your problem.
That is
And
not my
that
problem.
has nothing to do
That has
with
nothing
the
to do with what
taxes.
we're talking about. That issue's getting fixed, right, the way it should be done, okay? Not some number 1 through 12. It's a much better system, okay?
Instead of
I'm
taking
sure that system works
information
fine
and-
for you.
and putting it in there, you wouldn't be so lost now if you
I'm not
used that
lost.
information.
I have to go
Obviously,
through-
this is March and 9 months are gone, and you guys still don't have this figured out.
Oh, gee, our event center's not done either, is it?
Isn't that my fault now?
Well, is this my fault? No, see, that's
You're
my
the
point. You're sitting there
president. You're
pointing
in
fingers
charge
at us.
that paperwork
You know
in the
what?
chamber.
I'm not gonna listen to this.
It was yours.
And
If
if you
I'm not on
wanna
the
act
board
like
anymore.
you're innocent here, you need to step up and then act like you really wanna get involved instead of pointing fingers at the public meetings. That's
I'm
gonna
not
get.
pointing the fingers.
I've offered
I'm telling
guys
you
many
exactly what
times
happened.
to help us with the transition, and it hasn't happened, okay? So, if you guys wanna come to these meetings, start pointing fingers, maybe you ought to, step up to the plate and help us get some of this stuff smoothed out. 'Cause we're here for the chamber, we're not here to point fingers.
Obviously you are. You're pointing the fingers at me.
No, you've been pointing
because
fingers at me
you guys
for
didn't
months.
do the job that when it come in November.
So, I'm done with that.
Okay, so who handles the mail when it comes in?
I do.
Do you keep all the mail or do you throw mail away?
Please, don't insult me. Of course I keep all of them.
Okay, well, because I throw junk stuff away. What you're looking for looks like a postcard.
Fine.
If you can go back through the mail and find that, there's only a few questions to ask, that they ask on there that can be filled out and sent in. You're talking about getting a CPA involved, and there's no involvement with a CPA. Why spend thousands of dollars on a CPA when it's just asking a couple questions?
Because we need to do an audit, that's why.
I'd like to make one other comment. When I brought the bills in there from the event center, I put them on your desk, I put,
What,
one in there.
like the missing receipt that
Don't
we
I
should
get
have
a
got?
chance,
That
don't
we
I get a
didn't?
chance to talk? Now you're the boss and I can't even talk?
Oh, you
Let me
shut
tell
us
you
off
what I
before
found
here. Don't
when I
go
went
there.
in there. I found a check from the Christmas parade in the drawer in January, February from ABDC that hadn't been cashed, and there was another check in there from 2 or 3 months earlier, sitting in the drawer at the chamber. Is that how you run the Chamber of Commerce now?
It's kind of funny, because we're missing 2 checks, and then I brought
Maybe
that
you
up
should look in
several
the
times.
drawers.
And I knew exactly which drawer was in it. Because
Your
it's been there a
check,
few days
you can
before,
cash
so,
that.
you know, that's what I'm
Okay,
talking about.
so in the big desk that was towards the
I
front
knew
of
exactly
it.
what it was, and I knew exactly the envelope, because he showed it to me, and I went, there was 4 checks in there, and I went back, and there was 2 checks.
Okay,
So I don't
so
know
it
what kind
was,
of game he's
it was,
playing here.
there was only one in there, there. When you opened that top drawer, like if you were sitting there and the phone was there, and you opened that drawer, whatever binder, book, whatever it was, whatever, that's where the cash was written in.
Okay.
Don't know what it looked like other than that's where it was.
Oh,
Don't know if it's still there.
nothing was removed from that desk.
No.
So,
Then if you
I
open it
would
up,
still
whatever
have
that
it.
thing is, it was always right there on top. I didn't get into nothing else. I just,
Okay.
that was what I was showed where cash was.
anything that was on top of the desk went in the desk.
I don't know
So,
nothing about the top of the desk.
I will go over there.
I knew
and
pizza
will
because we were there at midnight working on getting stuff ready for the end of the year.
All right. Any other member comments?
No, none for me.
Member comments?
You remember you, Chad.
All right, if there's no other member comments, we'll move on to director comments. Albert?
Nope.
Jed?
No.
I don't have any comments. Donna?
Nope.
All right, motion to adjourn?
A motion.
Did we want to wait for our guest?
Oh, yeah, she said,
I think she did say she was on her way.
We'll take a recess.
said she'd be here by around
Who?
6.
We have somebody from the county coming
Alexia
to talk about the renewed business.
Svejda is supposed to, let me see,
You can take a recess.
well, she's gonna be here for our neck as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Oh, good, he get to hear it twice.
No, she was just, let's see, what time is it?
You didn't see the
5:40.
face that I was making at her.
She didn't, I didn't, we're good.
It's okay, I'll just watch it on video.
Oh, no. I have to watch too many videos during the day.
She should be here in a second. So let's just give it a couple of minutes and then she doesn't, so we'll close the meeting. So,
So you wanted me to tell you guys really quickly what the OEA grant is about and what I'm doing, so I'm ready. For those of you that don't know already, the OEA grant, that stands for Office of Economic Adjustment, it comes down the pike from Department of Defense. And East Kern County has two bases, China Lake and Edwards. And going several years back, it was actually the current mayor of California City at the time knew about this program, and the way I understand it, she's the one who told Zach Scribner, said, hey, this is something the county can do, and get money for economic development. So when you go on the website for OEA, it's money that's set aside for communities around Air Force bases that are remote and underserved. Sounds like us, right? So out of that, consultant was hired over about a year and a half. They did community meetings and got information on, what do the communities have, what do they need, and out of that came goals that were set for economic diversification. And to implement that, they then hired 3 of us, and we literally work in Eastern Kern County. So, there were 5 overlying goals that came out of that, and I'm going to read those off to you really quickly. Goal number 1, business development. Number 2, talent development and recruitment. 3, innovation and entrepreneurship. 4, tourism and visitor attraction, and then 5, regional collaboration. And then under that, then it dials down to, 4 or 5 specific goals in each community that fall within those categories. And it's our job to implement those. That's pretty much it. Questions?
Yay, time for pizza.
You're not hungry.
No, I'm really not.
I'm starving, but that's okay.
I think you're over here, I had popcorn.
So that's what I do. And that says, oh, and I have 4 communities under my umbrella. I have Rosamond, Tehachapi, Greater Tehachapi, California City, and Boron. I have a counterpart in Mojave and another one up in Ridgecrest. So
how do we take advantage of the programs to help with the economic development of the area?
So I reach out whenever I need help. And when things come down the pike where I need to be talking to the community, I'm going to be coming to you guys. But education is a really big part of it. So I am, Antelope Valley College has programs now. At the time when they were doing the consultants were here, I don't believe that program had been started yet. So that's actually meeting one of those goals, but then also expanding. Basically, why don't we educate our youth so that they can be employed at those jobs that are literally in our backyard? That speaks to economic development. That is one of those goals.
So what do you do for Rosamond?
What do I do for Rosamond?
Finance firms.
So specifically, what I just talked about, one of the specific goals is to work with the schools. And one of the things that's a problem throughout the county is we attract talent, or maybe, we've got kids that go to school and they are talent, but then they leave. We want to retain them. Now, retention also speaks to quality of life. And, each community, that's different. Some communities, they like to keep the small town feel. Others want to have, a bigger town feel. You guys are actually lucky that you've got Lancaster and Palmdale 10, 15 minutes away. If you're talking about the more outlying communities, now it becomes even more of an issue. Yeah, I don't want to drive, so I'm going to move. Another one is EDA, and one of the things that I'm working on in each of the communities is land inventory and what land is available. If a business wanted to relocate here or an industry wanted to relocate here, what's here? One of the issues, and I'm not quite clear how to broach that, is if you look at the assessor's site, and any of you can access that and look at it, and if you click on flood zone, it puts a layer on there for flood zone. Unreal how Rosamond, Mojave, parts of California City, and Boron are secondary flood zones in all the main areas.
Pretty standard, we're the desert.
Well, it's the desert. Go outside of those, and all of a sudden it's not flood zone. I clicked on that like, you gotta be kidding. That's ironic. Because, you're looking at land. I'm just sharing that with you. This is something I happened to find. And so I'm going to learn, if someone were wanting to come in and build a business, how do they deal with that with planning? Obviously, other things have been built in the community. I'm not a planner. So I've got planning backing me up. I basically have a county team that's backing me up. So that's one of my questions is, as I'm looking at this, okay, if it's located in a secondary flood zone, what's the extra step that needs to be taken? Someone may not want to look at it. Maybe they'll say, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Maybe we just have to bring in some aggregate, and I don't know. But that's something I will learn. And so one of the things I'm doing is land inventory, because you need to know what's available if someone is coming in and wants to expand. And then wayfinding signage plan. Every community had different levels of, what's the word I'm looking for? Participation when the consultants were coming through. I believe this is a goal that was pulled out of the vision plan. It might have been back 2007, maybe it was 2011. This is a goal that may have to be tweaked a little bit to be more relevant for nowadays. And then the other one is each of these communities is getting equipment for maker spaces. Do you know what maker spaces are? It can be anything from material to make things, be it out of fabric, paper, composites. It could include a 3D printer, laser cutter, a maker space. It's very dependent on the equipment, but out of this grant, there ended up being money for maker spaces. And so each of the communities are getting those, and it will be in the library here at Rosamond and available to the community.
When the library opens. So you're going to be working with the schools out here, or you're going to be working to bring businesses out to Rosamond?
Both. Both. What I'm right now working on is making sure that if businesses come out, that the community is ready to have that conversation. This is our land inventory, this is what's available, this is the data. East Kern Economic Development has a lot of good data. If that's all on one sheet, now you've got good data to share with potential businesses. So I've got a question for you guys. What kind of businesses would you like to see here? I'm just curious.
What are you going to bring?
I need to know what you're interested
We don't need any
in.
more Mexican restaurants.
Okay.
Not solar fields.
There you go.
Now there's an issue that I'm aware of, yes. And that's something I can communicate. I think there are some solar fields that are already down the pike. I was here at the last meeting, and that's something that's already happening.
That right now.
Well, and I understand there's another
The
one.
next meeting you're coming to, we'll discuss all that.
Okay, got it.
The two don't overlap here.
So what else?
Walmart neighborhood market would be better.
A Walmart neighborhood market would be nice.
It'll never happen.
So my question to you is, and I actually am just out of curiosity, I know where there is one in Palmdale, and I'm going to walk inside. I want to see what it looks like. Yeah, you have to have your land inventory. You have to have your data. You have to be talking to the brokers that then talk to the Walmarts and, you know, all the big chain businesses. You have to have that packet ready to give to the broker who then talks to them.
But because we're so close to Lancaster and so close to Tehachapi, they'll never look at us.
They may and they may not. It doesn't hurt to ask.
Last time we talked to them, they'll never look at us.
Have you gone to any site selector conventions? or
I will
anything
be
like
going
that?
to one.
Okay.
And that is the first time. And so that is me really, okay, what's here? Get to know it. And then what I'm hoping is then next year, now I've got, so to say, just to use a word, a portfolio for each of those communities, and know, okay, these are the target businesses for each of the communities. I'll make the appointments. So this time around, it's get to know what's out there, see how it all works, so that the next round, now I can go represent the communities. So yes.
Have you talked with the current EDC or
Oh,
yet?
all the time.
Because I know that they go to the site selector convention, so they may be able to give you some insight to that before.
Already have it.
Okay, perfect.
Yes. And already have started the conversation with Kern EDC. Who are the brokers I may want to talk to? Yeah.
So is this money available every
This
year?
is not, no. This is a one-time deal. So if you go on the OEA website, you've got bases that maybe have old schools. Sometimes OEA money goes to those schools, but it's a one-time deal. I am not aware that they would be able to go through that grant process. And when I say no, as far as I know, no. I wasn't part of the grant process. But from what I read on the OEA website, this is a one-time, and it's for 2 years. I will be working for 2 years. I'm an East Kern resident. I'm thrilled. Me personally, I'm taking off my hat. I am absolutely thrilled that we've got county folks working over here in East Kern. I don't know about you guys. I see this as a positive.
A bank would be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be a
Okay.
good start.
There you go.
That would be a really good start.
You don't have a bank here?
No.
We packed up a few years ago.
Yeah, they would, used to be AV Bank.
We've been shopping around for different banks, and the response that we've been getting from the banks is that Lancaster and Palmdale are close enough that they don't need to put a branch here.
Okay, sorry, that seems, okay, no.
We don't have clothing stores too.
Yeah, we don't have
Tim
any
just
clothing
brought that
store,
up.
we don't have a.
Right, and I've heard that also, and that's maybe where, you know, the market would come up. But clothing stores, what are you thinking of? Again, remember how close Lancaster is, so what kind of clothing stores? Along what line?
I wouldn't even know.
We're all used to discount clothing. Even if you go to our nearest city, it's discount clothing.
Yeah? That's where I shop.
Right? We have lots of things.
Well, and could that even be a business, a small business that brings in what people need? I mean, are you talking all kinds of clothing or more, you know, are we talking suits and ties, or are we talking just good old everyday, day in kind of clothing?
Casual wear.
Yeah,
Casual wear.
probably, casual wear.
Any nice boutiques or anything.
Some place to keep a stash of jeans.
One
you know?
thing that we've been having as a continual project is the Diamond Street renovation.
Yeah,
So we're always looking for different businesses or something that would be able to bring more people out to Diamond Street and kind of give people the ability to walk down kind of the old Main Street business district, you know, have coffee and a sandwich or something, be able to sit outside and just make it a nicer environment.
right.
And maybe small specialty shops.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
little
what
bit-
I'm thinking of.
Little
You know,
antique stores or something.
you probably have a lot of people that are working out of their homes doing crafts and, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
boutiques and
We have
bakery.
a lot of-
And
Even having a consignment store or something like that.
Mhm. And that's the kind of thing people like to look at the windows and wander in and out of the stores. And so maybe, as the chamber, you want to reach out to your, blanking on what they're called.
Cottage industry.
Thank you. Cottage industry businesses.
When things work out, we're going to have a lot of empty businesses here towards the end of this month. So
Is that at the
we'll
end
have
of
a
this
lot of
month?
available
Already?
space.
End of March and end of May, right?
Oh, it's in 2 cycles.
There's a couple
cycles
different-
for the shops
Mm,
are closed
okay.
out here.
There's more processes to go, they're probably not going north. Some of
Yes,
them
they'll be
are-
closing
some
at
of
the
them
end
are
of
in
March and
other
the end of
processes.
May.
Got it. So it's 2 cycles. I knew about the May, I didn't know about the March. And yeah, then that's empty storefronts. So what you guys may want to do is, and I can give you contact phone numbers, is put on a workshop for exactly those cottage industry folks so that they understand if they're a bakery or so on, you know, what do I need to do for the health department to be able to have this type of a shop. Talk with SBDC, and maybe they can, you know, be part of that workshop and say, you know, these are the microloans that are out there. These are, you know, the different pots of money to be able to get such a business out of a house and into a storefront.
We did have SBDC come out and do a presentation a couple of months ago.
Uh-huh.
We're hoping to have Jay come back out every
Great
couple of
guy.
months and do something.
Yeah, great guy. Did you guys have a good turnout?
No, it was very low. We had issues getting the word out about the luncheon we did.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be, if there's anything that you have that might be able to assist us in targeting, like you were saying, the cottage industries, it'd be great, because a lot of those businesses don't have a social media presence and they're harder to target.
Yeah, but they've got their personal social media.
Right.
And so what I do know they do in Cal City, the chamber has a network, it's all their board members. Oh, there's Cal City Chit Chat, Cal City Advertisements, Cal City, I don't know, there've got to be 20, 25 different little groups. I'm not part of all of them. And when we've done it in the past, all my board members, every single group you're part of, please share what I just posted. We've gotten thousands of hits that way. But that's where you then have to harness those people you personally know in the community. and it's worked great. That's one suggestion. And I don't know, I don't know everything. I certainly don't. I've been on the job for 2 months. If I don't know something, I will find the answer. I've got a team to ask that of. So I don't know if they have a list of the cottage industries and if that's a way that that word can be maybe disseminated to them. Don't know, just it's an idea. Any other questions?
Thank you, Alexia.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. All right, motion to adjourn meeting, Jeff?
Yes.
I'll second.
Howard, second. All those in favor, say aye.
Right.
All right, meeting adjourned at 5:36.
No.
6:36, excuse me.